Hello everybody, we're back. We took a little break. It's gonna come to flood, so we're back in here. The springs are dry, so we sandblasted them, we painted them. They were rusty. They do look pretty close to brand new. We fixed the springs on the other video. Showed this whole side right here was broke down. Showed how to do that. So now we're back to the part of putting the foam and the padding back on here. All right. So what we've done was this is carpet pad, jute pad, whatever you want to call it, and we always use this for the spring felt. So you can't feel the springs to the foam. If you put a piece of foam rubber over it without nothing on it, then you're probably going to be able to see the springs easier and feel the springs. All right, so what we done was we took a piece of cloth right here. It's
burlap.
Burlap. I lost it for a second. But took a piece of burlap. We glued this right here already because we're going to roll it over the edge of these springs. We sprayed a little burlap, a little glue on the burlap to keep it from unraveling. And these right here are anchors. That right there, I put these on here. We're going to put a piece of wire in it, and we glued it down, but to keep the ends from unraveling, we sprayed a little glue on it.
Hey, Joan.
If you look right here on the seat, you can tell that this part right here, as it goes in, it goes down. So I'm going to show you. That's probably a ½ inch or more. It's got a dip right in here where they put this, whatever kind of spring that was from the 50s, they put that in there. And back here at the back, it's got a big dip back here at the back. You can tell that it goes down a pretty good bit. I'm thinking that that is for the backrest to be able to lean up and back. When we pulled the cotton off of here, the cotton was probably about 1 inch or so thick on top of this. And they didn't have the jute pad on here. So I think this is going to make a better setting seat. So what we're going to do, it's at the end of the day, so what we're going to do is try to finish, just put this pad on here, then we'll start on something else like that tomorrow. Okay, we're going to put a piece of wire in here. I put these little loops where we can anchor it down to hold it in place. And I sewed around this edge right here too. I cut it to fit and sewed around the edge. I don't want it unraveling. You can take and put your fingers on here on each side and tell if you got enough on each side. And I'm pretty sure I do. So all I'm gonna do is come right here, fold this back, and I'm gonna anchor this piece right here. Just give it to hold it down. I don't think this would slide around anyway once we glued it in place around the edge like this. I don't think it would be moving, but this right here, we want it held down because we're gonna put a little piece of pad right in here where it's got that dip to try to level the seat up. Always make sure it ain't slip, so you need a nut to go over the edge. And you can tell this part right here goes down. The springs look brand like new. Not that anybody's going to be climbing up under the seat, but at least it should last. I mean, it should look good years down the line. They're going to take this truck and do what they call patina on it. Some people like that. Some people like me think, I want one shiny if I got a bunch of money in it. I want to be able to walk. I want to be able to wash now. But some people don't really.
Well, you can still wash the patina. It just gets a clear coat over the rust.
Yeah, and everybody's got their own thing, you know. So. So here we go. We're going to take some glue. I'm going to go around the edge of this.
George, are you referring to me and William on Facebook?
What?
He asked, are either of you on Facebook? I don't know if he's talking to somebody or about us. That's what I was. Oh, okay, about us. We don't have a shop account. We have our personal account, but we don't have an account for the shop.
You mean like a
Facebook page for the shop.
Oh no.
We don't have that. All we have is our personal account.
Yeah. We not that fancy yet. I mean to do with Facebook, you know. I mean with YouTube. I do have an account with YouTube. They put some ads on every now and then, stuff like that. I wish that I could do it for a living. That would be nice, wouldn't it? I'm just stuck doing this for a living. That is glued on. I don't think it would come off, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some hard rings on it like this. I know it won't come off with those.
Yeah, William does love his job, no matter what he says.
Hey, 45 years of this crap. I'm telling you, it's like, you know, used to, I was like excited, like for another challenge, but now, and I used to do a bunch of show cars and stuff like that, but now I kind of do it more for the, hey, let's get this job and do it fast and see how much you can make, instead of working all day and night on somebody's street rod. And all you guys that does this, y'all know what I'm talking about.
James says, stop acting old, William.
They say age is a number, and mine's unlisted. Age. What is that, a bird?
Sound like a bird out there.
I think a bird heard Jane say that. You hear that?
A mockingbird or something.
Yeah.
He's enjoying this cool weather after this shower we got this afternoon.
Hey y'all, that wasn't just, did you know it didn't even rain in town?
Really?
No. It didn't even rain in town.
And it flooded out here, and it flooded over near my house as well.
It was raining so hard you couldn't even see. And 4 miles down the road it didn't rain none.
Well, it rained good here. It definitely cooled it off from 100 to like 80.
Yeah. That was nice. I think God said, you know, I think I'm gonna cool them down some.
Much appreciated.
Okay, so this much right here, this is how you do it. I mean, you start out with the foundation. So that's the way it's supposed to look. You see, it is going down right here, but the way the seat back sits on there, it can't be. They made seats back in the 50s and 40s like they called it the chair type feature, to where you was actually sitting up. People were shorter back then than you were sitting up in the seat like you were 6'6". But anyway, we put an anchor right here. The backrest is going to sit down in there, and that's going to slope down, so the backrest will sit on there, and you better lean the thing forward. So you always got to remember that before you try to build a seat. If you don't stick that backrest up there or allow for the way they got it made, then you stick the backrest on there and it won't even move. You've got to allow for that backrest to pull forward. Alright, so now we got this piece of foam here. I added a little piece to it, but this is a really hard piece of pad. So it's
Really
got a
good.
real high density to it. So we're gonna roll that over the edge. I made it a little bit bigger than this where I can roll it over the edge. Here we go. That's only got to sit just a few minutes and I can stick it. It's still hot, you know, that's so it's drying quick. There we go. That is a hard piece here. I'll go ahead and cut some of this off. This is just going to be like a smooth seat cover. It's not going to be real fancy. Even at this point, it don't feel bad. Like this. It's still, I mean, it don't feel real bad already. Let's let that sit for just a minute.
Yeah, we have to clean the nozzle on the gun often. It gets clogged with the glue. We have to take it off and clean it with brake cleaner or something to get the glue out of it where to spray right.
So we can come in here over the weekend. If it's clean like this right here, if we leave it like that, without a bunch of glue on there, we don't have to do nothing to it. We can just come in and start spraying.
When it gets clogged, it affects the pattern that it shoots the glue in.
And this is a real cheap glue gun. We don't buy no expensive gun to spray glue with. I believe I might have put that on there right after you quit. Okay. Let's go back. Right. Think like that, ain't it? Yeah. Yeah. I'll tell you what we do go through a lot of glue. Don't we, Wes?
And it ain't cheap.
I'm still waiting for Build Back Better to kick in. Lower some of these prices. We're gonna have to have some more blue shirt here.
Are you empty or you just?
Yeah, it's might not be one of those in English. Man, I think there's a wide angles on it. This little half-inch piece right here, high density, it makes a big difference. The piece that we're going to put on top of this is more of a medium density. It's a little bit softer than this piece right here. But this is mainly we're going to try to support them, keep the springs from being able to be felt whenever you sit on the seat. Now we all know they didn't have foam rubber. They didn't use foam rubber like this back in the 50s. They used latex. Latex rubber.
And a lot of cotton.
Yeah. We always call that cheater rubber. That latex rubber.
Did they use horsehair back then? That's what Jane asked.
Huh?
Wasn't it Volkswagen used hog hair or something? Wasn't it?
Yeah. That's the reason all Volkswagens smell alike on the inside. Because they use that. Alright, so we got this piece right here down where we want it. There we go. I can still feel some of them springs lumps right in here. So naturally we're going to have to put another piece on top of this right here. But I can tell you that already feels 100% better.
Yeah, let's see what.
The back here, I'm not going to make it roll over too far on the back. It's just going to be kind of like a line right here, and then I just kind of shape it. It don't need to be rolling way back here. There's just no need for it. So I just shave it off as I go. Okay, that really makes that a lot smoother.
Yes, the glue does have a strong smell to it. We usually have our vent fan on.
Yeah. But we got the doors open back there, and we're blowing this out of here. So it does help. If you cut that glue with it wet, it's gonna stick to your scissors. I'm pulling that back this away so it don't gather like that. Here's the back piece I was talking about. I was going to not go over the edge, so I'm just going to roll that down just a little bit and then shape it. I can't stack a whole bunch of foam. I can't put a whole bunch of foam on the seat. The reason is it's not designed for a lot of pad. It was designed for some cotton pad, and the way it is if you make it too thick, then the backrest ain't gonna work on it. So I'm using some good density pad right here to where I can not have to use as much. That part right there is gonna have to, it's slick, so that part ain't gonna stick until it dries this cement. All right, you see that? That'll come straight down right there. I might trim a little bit of that, round it a little bit. Got my. We're just gonna smooth it down just a little bit where it's got the edge on it, right here. Alright, so this part right here is smooth, it's roundy, you know, like you want it, so it don't, if your material rolls over, you don't want it to have a print or that foam behind it like it needs to be smooth.
The thunder's there, I think, the blower.
Where's my knife at there, Wesley?
Right here.
Oh, okay. Wesley's thinking ahead. He knows what I'm looking
And
for.
the big long cord is plugged up now. You can use it. I plugged it back into the wall.
Alright, so I'm just going to smooth this point down right here. That's all. A lot of people somehow don't like the fact that I use this knife. That seen on here, they just use a regular, like a straight blade knife and just cut it that way. But if you like what you're doing, I mean, and it's just up to you.
If it works for you, it works.
Yeah. And I believe it or not, I got real good at that knife. I know it's a perfect carver. I know that. I don't care what it is if it works good. Okay. So that's smooth enough, you know, to round it off and go. Okay. So this is actually ready to have a cover put on it. It feels good. I can't feel no springs right there. It's got that good piece of spring filled on there. The other firm piece that's on there, this piece feels real good. So that's what you're looking for, is to build a base for it. If you've seen this seat before, you probably know that it was pretty rough. So especially on the driver's side. But this is we're going to take and tack that. This is what we're looking for to start with. Whenever you get your foundation built, and you don't want to put something over something that's not in really, really good shape. So this piece right here is done. That's how to do it. So whenever you go to do your seat, hopefully this video right here helped you. At least you'll know the do's and don'ts and what to do and what not to do. So thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you on the next trip. Thanks.